Another close series here at the DreamHack Masters Spring 2020, 16-14 in favor of the Thieves as they managed to pull it back in the final 3 rounds. It was getting close, it was getting scary for them, but they remain triumphant. They continue their way forward, and next is their map pick of Overpass, which could get very interesting considering what we know about this. But let's talk about this train game, guys, because wow, oh wow, it was really looking like Gen.G would have had that in the bag for a second.
Back and forth, and it's a classic Thieves games. I feel like we know a lot of stuff has changed within their lineup. We know that we're now going to watch Overpass, as you said, James. But one thing that doesn't change is JKS being an absolute god at this game. He is so good, especially in these close and pressured situations. We saw how many clutches he was involved in the later stages of this game, and he won most of them. This kid is so good, and it's only a matter of time before he really gets up to the next level. You know, I feel like he's a guy that deserves to win championship. He's a guy that deserves to win some title because he's damn good at the game.
He's so good, but man, I can't believe I'm saying these words again, but Gen.G let this game completely slip out of their hands. I mean, let's just talk about that first half. They ended at 8-7, but it surely should have been 9-6, 10-5 even. I mean, so many advantages, 4 versus 3 post plants. Connor mentioned it, that 5 versus 2 at the end of this second half. I mean, these are unacceptable rounds coming out of Gen.G where they just let these rounds kind of slip away from them, and it's just simply not good enough.
And when we're looking at this, right, you say how close it can get. Some of these rounds were completely in their control. They could have had it in the bag, and it was just point on point, them getting a little bit outplayed there by 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves certainly looked a lot more confident on it, which brings me into what could go down on this Overpass. We're literally in the world of knowing nothing of what these two teams can show, but if JKS has performances like that, he's just so hard to deal with, and I think that's the scary factor. I'd like to see a little bit more from Bentet, though.
Yeah, I would like to see more from Bentet. I think he has to be the counter to JKS. A good thing for the 100 Thieves is that J came also later stages in the first game here, woke up. Of course, the final clutch here was very well played by him, but he also have a lot of impact, you know, in the game overall. So he's getting better and better as well. Both of these teams are going into Overpass having not played it at all so far in this the past 3 months at least, and it's to me, it's going to be super interesting, Christine. I don't know if you have any insight on the North American scene, but it just seems like every team out there is trying to invent themselves again, you know, reinvent themselves maybe. And it's going to be, to me, interesting to see which one of these two who have done the most practice and got the best practice in on a map like Overpass.
Yeah, reinventing yourselves. I think that's exactly what's going on. Taking the time while all these matches are online. But we got to talk about Psalm. I mean, he's been kind of struggling throughout these online matches. I mean, Launders mentioned it. He had that MVP performance at DreamHack Anaheim. And since then, his trajectory has dipped off a little bit. But this match, he was popping off. And Gen.G are certainly going to need him to do exactly that going on to this Overpass. I'm assuming they're not quite as practiced on it. We saw that fat 0 on their match history, or map history rather, on this Overpass. So their communication, it's got to be top tier, and I think it is. I mean, we saw it on this train. Gen.G, they were very slow and methodical, approaching these rounds in a very calculated manner, and so I think that's what we're going to see going on to this Overpass as well.
And when it comes to Overpass, right, you got to think that there's going to be some kind of lacking, maybe scrappier play if it hasn't been that well thought out of. What do you think is going to actually go down? Do you think we're going to see two teams that have played and just not showed their hand yet?
I think we're going to see two teams who have not been practicing enough to have a plan B or plan C. So if that plan A doesn't work, it's going to become a scrappy game. I expect a lot of aggression. I expect a lot of aggressive plays, especially on the CT side. You know, mid-round aggression, trying to take the toilet area and constantly be annoying to your opponents. Both teams should apply that strategy, and I think whoever does that the best are also going to be the ones who win the game.
Well, let's find out who's going to have the most plans when it comes to Overpass. We're going to a break, and then when we come back, we're going into map 2. It is Overpass. It is the unknown, but it is definitely going to be an epic game.
What lies ahead? We're not quite sure. Overpass up next, and no record for either of these rosters to go off of. So there's a world where we end up on a third map because Gen.G come in and just light up the server. There's also the possibility of a straight up 2-0 after that resilient showing from 100 Thieves. They got to the very end of map 1, a 2 versus 5 and a 4K from Jacob. in order to take it over the line. Just big individuals stepping up and making the difference in a 16-14 game. So as we move on to Overpass, I just want to get the map started so that we can get some freaking answers, man.
Dude, it's a weird one because we're on Overpass, a map that neither team has played, which is amazing, which is super interesting. But it's a map that we know Daps loves. He on NRG played Overpass. It was one of their primary maps with Cirque. And they did such an amazing job at figuring out this map. So it's a bit of a surprise to me that this isn't a map that they play now. And I wonder, will this pick from 100 Thieves bite back since Daps is at the helm of Gen.G? Can he do some good on-the-fly calling here? We'll find out.
Yeah, this is going to be the front runner here. There's 3 Ts, 3 CTs, 6 bodies inside a connector. And, well, 3 of them go limp. All of which on the CT side. Sure, they lose Liaz in the engagement, so it'll be up to Automatic and Daps to bring this back. But I think there's also a really cool narrative here. Remember, announced today, the coach of 100 Thieves, I'm a Pet. Well, you said that Daps and EG loved Overpass and developing this map and whatnot, but remember that I'm a Pet was a part of Daps EG.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was a little 2-man implementation. I know these guys have big brains. And so there's some chess going on here between the coach and the IGL.
A very strange universe, indeed. Okay, the clutch. Well, not the clutch. The 2v3 feels like a clutch. Definitely unfavored situation. Looks like Automatic's about to get crushed.
Ouch.
That
one hurts.
Yeah. Oh wow, him too. After that stairs setup. Oh, fly down into the water. No damage to worry about.
Duck the landing. He's going to go ahead and tap the bomb, try to get these T's to peak, and he finds nothing further. So 100 Thieves open it up with a pistol. Good for them to start the T side with momentum.
Yeah, it's crazy that you brought that up. I didn't even register. Yeah, IMAPET was a part of the whole thing as well. And yeah, we'll see what kind of impact that has. So I wonder also, he officially signed today. He's probably working with team for at least a bit, I want to assume. Yeah, there's no reason for him not to. So how long have they been developing Overpass? How much stuff have they brought into it? Is this something they're working on from the past that he just picked up on? There's a lot of questions about it. But yeah, I mean, these
scares
players,
me to know that our dear friend Imachet was a day away from accepting an offer in Valorant. Counter-Strike would have lost a great. Flashbang eaten by Kusta. Damn, man. He really swallowed that one. A little bit of a team kill for Gratisfaction, but he doesn't slow down. Didn't even notice. Blows Liaz's head off and keeps the ball rolling. Now, there is a scary situation here with Jacob and Azure being so low. Automatic, he's just going to need a couple scout shots, and he's right into this clutch attempt. Gratisfaction has the 100 HP. He's the player that takes the front line. He crab walks past the scout. Now they know exactly where Automatic is at. They just don't have to let him out of this position, but he is able to jump back to the other side. Ooh, even hitting Gratisfaction, but not taking him down. So second round for 100 Thieves, surviving with 3. Jacob 4-0 with the AK. Galil's by his side. Let's keep this party going.
Pretty simple. Monster exec. Everybody grouping up for the explode. Once it all falls down, Gratisfaction, the man to get 2 on the entries, including a team kill. I think it knocked him down a peg there. I think he had 3 in total, maybe. And now they get another cleanup round. An easy freebie. Shooting the pistols. Something funny?
Yeah. I'm looking at the all chat. It's funny. Daps, we just talked about like the whole Daps chat thing. Well, Daps says, ha, SK anti-eco. JKS asks, you like that one? Chet's a good strap maker. And Daps answers, I took it from SK, not him. We've got a little battle of the masterminds going on in the alt.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
It is.
I think, this is very funny Vito, and it's cool. It's rare you get to see matches like this. So yeah, this is where it'll all hang out too here on the rifle round. But it's funny to see like a team. It's kind of like parading the other team's ex-girlfriend around. Yeah, we do it better now.
But now we're into the gun round. So, Gen.G, time to shut down this early momentum. Early damage versus Azur, and it's JKS to trade out Som immediately. He goes for the boost, and just as quickly as he jumps up, he actually finds a kill and then loses his head. It's wild to me that Som gets the kill there because we were watching JKS hold for that. So very quick exchange of kills, and then the beauty of the smoke spam. Kusta getting man advantage here for Gen.G. 3 remaining members for 100 Thieves. They're grouping up towards the bathrooms with Bomb.
Yeah, totally put a highlight on that because it's lovely that Som could get one from that position. Definitely disfavored having to find a fight while someone's holding on to that specific peak. So the boost gets called out. It works out pretty well. And they maintain a man advantage moving into the 45-second mark of the rounds. Automatic jump spotting. Player here at long. Op can ring off a shot and bait them into the site. Also do work and get a kill.
Yeah, big peek from Bentet. He gets the double at the end. Gen.G gonna break onto the board with their very first gun round. I mean, again, exchange early between JKS and Som on the B wall. We got that spam through the monster that was a big frag, but then this double from Bentet really sealed the deal. So Gen.G on the board, 100 Thieves back in with a bye. And this one keeps unfolding.
Yeah, a big kind of the big rifle round as well to go towards Gen.G, which is nice for them to have. And it looks like SK Anti-Eco on the rifle round as well. Oh, the spray down, the spam down from Kusta. It's been so good through that smoke, so good outside a monster, showing us how it's done. 2 Ts remain.
This one comes to a grinding halt. So curious I am to see what's going to unfold across this map. We are in such uncharted territory for both of these teams. You know, I did not wake up this morning ready for this match on this map between these two teams.
Well, they're not exactly splitting atoms so far with these monster rushes.
It's been the simpletons overpass so far.
True, yeah.
Woo, automatic. Be cautious. JKS, a threat that looms near. Smoke's going to start fading. He's going to be at a risk standing here on top of the sandbags, but nobody seems to be facing. Gen.G very content with just letting 100 Thieves get off to what they want to, letting them make their play.
It's kind of crazy, honestly. They could have walked into the site. Oh, that's a great spam there. And Daps will go ahead and trade. Yeah, he's got the run up on the side of the sidewalk. But yeah, no one even spotting into the back of B in case there was a monster walkout. That's the beauty of a good flash, right? Daps there throwing that flash just has them all push against the wall in hopes of trying to perform an emergency escape or just hide themselves. Save themselves from the inevitable fate. We need a banter update, Connor, for the stream if it's PG.
Yeah, it's just really quick stuff. Little TS timeout there. A problem that's actually been happening lately. I saw that Zonic was talking about this during the EU tournament too. I guess TeamSpeak's not stepping up to the coronavirus demands. Corona K-Kona.
Don't really have a way to build on that. That was just perfect.
Just let it linger.
Gusta. Automatic. He will fall back. It's a bathroom party, and he's not invited. Oof.
Flash over
Always
top.
scary.
Smoke in their faces. They just got there. They thought maybe, just maybe, we can stampede onto the bomb site, overwhelm a measly 1-4 automatic. He's going to grab one. Daps here, giving cover, working the AK for a couple of kills. Milking it for all it's worth. Throws the Molotov down towards the planter. Azur's going to be burned into the open. Deagle 1 versus 5. I wouldn't bet my house on it. And that's why. 3-3. Gen.G tying up early here on the CT side. So good job by 100 Thieves to use that pistol for all it was worth. But hey, they're back in with the guns now, so the action couldn't continue.
Easy to bet things you don't own, Connor.
That is true.
So easy. We all want to spend each other's money. Not a fact. All right. Well, 100 Thieves on these rifle rounds. Been a lot of the... Oh, that's so unfortunate. Jesus. Smoke just bounces directly over top of the Molotov. Yeah, and now it's
Oh
the
my
comedy
God.
of that. Ben said, "Oh my God, they're coming! I swear, they're coming right now, my friend. Gun out, and automatic whole setup gets compromised. They had no idea that that could happen."
No, that's a big explosion right through smoke. JKS still sticking around somewhat, but Daps. Oh, Daps. He has managed to sneak past bathrooms, finds Liaz with no weapon in hand, and now 100 Thieves, they're gonna get scrambled. Daps doubles back, bests JKS. That's a huge kill to get. Azur's inside of the bomb site, inside of the smoke. He could go ahead and just walk down by the dumpster. He finds a player throwing grenades. That's crucial. 2 kills back in between Jacob and Azur. Kusta, he's going to go ahead and jump on top of the bomb, trying to stick the defuse, elicits the peek, and can do nothing about it. It looked like Daps had done enough, but then the last 2 members, Azur and Jacob, just like at the end of Train, stepping up individually and keeping this gun round rolling. That's huge because they would have been sent back down into the pistols and we would have saw the economy really playing a factor here across this T side. For now, guns back up, both sides, nearly tied. Jacob body surfing all the way to the front of the line and by a Molotov. Smoke hits the target this time. Let's see what unfolds.
Yeah, all very true points. It's not often you see rounds like that unfold where it feels like the end of the round is at the top of mid, outside of the smoke. That's usually just where mid control starts. But it felt kind of like 100 Thieves were anticipating such a setup and had the appropriate response. I don't know how that's possible, of course, with no maps played. But yeah, it maybe had an inkling of that kind of setup, which is not an uncommon one on Overpass. Now we have Gen.G flipping it up a little bit, playing outside long as opposed to within the bathrooms. I think Bentet and Automatic working together no matter what. Can totally see them being a lethal pairing. But Kusta, he's been the man of the hour on the B site. Super solid hold so far.
Hey now, Jacob, quick headshot, looking to rock and roll through the bomb site. Little smoke behind him here does give Kusta some wiggle room, but he wiggles right into the crosshair of JKS. Daps is in the water, and he's trying to find the timing on the peak. Gets one, and then he's shut right back down. Automatic and Bentet in for the 2v3. That's a big pickup. Sniper finding Liaz as he comes off the plant. In fact, bomb's not even planted, and Bentet finds perfect timing on the flank. JKS 1v2. He knows exactly where these CTs are at, has to isolate fights, get the headshots, and he's kicked it off with at least one more.
15 seconds.
Play on the wood. He's anticipating a peek, but it doesn't come his way. He's gonna have to plant. Mandatory play. Automatic drops down. JKS didn't hear it, but he does once he gets closer. A step too far, and 100 Thieves lock it down. A 3-piece for JKS, a 1v2 clutch they most certainly needed.
Yeah, seriously. And it looked like that B exec was just perfect. I can't believe he won that first duel. He was aiming in the wrong direction, absolutely had to hit his first bullets. We've seen the player flanking win that fight numerous times in our lives. It actually is the one for the eco as well. We can see how broke 100 Thieves are despite winning. And Gen.G have to start a step behind. It's kind of how Potter brought up, like, what's unacceptable is, you know, losing 2v1s, losing those severely advantaged eco rounds, despite them being ecos on train, where there were up numbers in the very critical moments of the game as well. Psalm was getting 2 kills and 2.5 kills with his deagle, tons of damage, great starts, and then just falling short when they need to play together in some form or fashion. 100 Thieves happily will take those opportunities.
Yep.
Wherever they can find them, yeah.
They will gladly gobble them up. Are there hippos in Australia?
Are there hippos in Australia?
Yeah. Are they reserved to the continent of Africa?
I don't know if there are Australian hippos. I wish I knew more about, like, continental geography and, like, the shifts of these continents since Pangea, but if I had to guess...
Fish don't know about Pangea.
Or Little Dicky. If I had to guess, I'd say... No. What's your guess?
I don't think so, actually. Now that I just assumed that a lot of I mean, Australia is full of dangerous wildlife. Hippopotami
Hippos are very dangerous.
Some of the most dangerous out there.
Yeah, thick skin too. They have armor.
Just like us, living on the internet. Automatic, quick flash, trying to get past the fountain, and he does move through the scope of gratisfaction. He sees it, but he can't do anything about it. Gunned down already. Opening pick comes very early in the round. Bentet now, eyes down through the connector, ready for them to walk up the staircase. They're going to clear out the closest of corners, but Bentet feels compromised, and I don't blame him. He had nobody else to lend a helping hand. Liaz is going to try to give chase, and he does get around the corner, but not back into the bomb site. Liaz is able to get that next kill. This is creating tons of space for the T's to push forward. Liaz knows that he's the front runner here, and he's going to absolutely punish as much as he can. He will go until somebody stops him. That should be Som, but Som has to go back around through Vent, or rather Bank, and try to combine with Daps, who at this point is all alone. Awesome round coming out of 100 Thieves. I love the tenacity of Liaz. When he sees that player fall back from connector, I mean, you know that if you're Bentet, he's thinking he needs to kill somebody in con, doesn't want to run down there so that he's a confirmed death, but then can't even get back onto the bomb site to hold it down. So a huge team ace coming out of 100 Thieves in the 10th round of the first half. A 7-3 lead on the T side's looking good for them. And the fact that they're up against pistols once more, mwah, even better.
Yeah, chef's kiss. Yeah, applying the pressure. If it's the pressure that's throwing a wrench into the CT's communication, drop a frickin' anvil on it. This is the time, especially if Gen.G are just figuring stuff out on the fly. So I love 100 Thieves and their pace right now. Explosivity, tightness on the spacing, and just individual performances. As you mentioned with Liaz, he has been nothing but opportunistic. When he knows that there's a frag he needs to get, he goes and hunts it down. Like a wild wabbit.
Ooh. Liaz just got blasted by the P250. All the while, 100 Thieves moving bomb along.
Yeah,
along
safely
a long, really?
Yeah, along a long.
Oh my god, my brain stopped working because
Moving
I realized
along,
I had
along
said,
a long.
I said both things I wanted in the same word. Along.
Saw him all alone.
Ooh, Daps, 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 find the timing. Oh, JKS is gonna catch him, hopping over the fence. Unauthorized access denied. Som, just hiding. Little basement dweller, huh?
You ever trespassed in your life?
Yeah.
Kind of a, okay. I thought it was kind of a personal question that'd be harder to answer. Be like, well, I mean, there was this one time I really don't think it was trespassing. Like, yes, I have.
Oh my god, what? Okay, Som, he's gonna die in the end, but somehow he had joined the pack of Aussies. And then in the end, it's all shut down there. But yes, trespassing, I don't condone it.
4 counts. Oh,
It is a lot of
hippos are
fun.
not native. Hippos are not native to Australia, but one was found, sadly killed. Killed?
Oh my god, dude. What killed it? You know, it's like for something to kill the hippopotamus, what were you talking about, like velociraptors or what?
It was probably Jacob. I mean, he's been killing everything.
That's a good point. Yeah. Performing quite well. I like the aggression here coming out of Gen.G. Throwing automatics op all across the map. They're trying to vie for that short B control, but it's bathrooms the issue yet again. Bentet pops up, sees a bunch of bodies, and is somehow still managing to stand here. There's no contest from beneath him. Because they had that control of short B, Gen.G, they're happily just gonna fall away from this. They got the 5v4. They're trying to get up to the A site in time to hold the line, but it's only Daps for the moment. He's inside of the corner, good for 2 kills. Can't manage that third one because Jacob starts to bring it back with the help of Gratisfaction. A minute on the clock, and they're gonna go ahead and put that bomb down. So the retake's on, and Automatics Op finds another target. They've swept away the 100 Thieves. Gen.G find a 4th.
Gonna say, dude, wouldn't want the highlight of this game to be Gen.G blowing man advantages, and it felt like there was a chance they did that again, trying to trickle into the execute, but they handled it quite well. And yeah, shout out to Bentet, but shout out to whoever was flashing for Bentet, because he was peeking into 3, he was whiffing his ass off, and he still was able to get a kill, fall back, and then get another one. So So somebody was hitting him with these continuation flashes. See that? Oh, they were blind there. And when he re-peeked, they were blind again. Yeah.
I know a DAPS flash when I see one.
I see one. True.
Are you trying to finish my sentences? Is that what just happened?
I just knew where it was going.
Get out of my head.
Thought crossed my mind. Ooh. Oh. Whoa.
Yeah,
okay, that's a bit of a risk. Yeah. Were you gonna say that too? I think that was definitely a bit of a risk, just because it's not uncommon to play in the corner and just wait. But I don't know, for some reason they really wanted to help out short B, even though no one else was there. Again, hard to be too critical on a map that you just didn't expect. This is a series that could be won in the veto. It's a lot rarer than, you know, and like MOBAs, games can be won in the draft. That doesn't really happen so often in Counter-Strike. But when it does, actually kind of a treat, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if there's anything we're all doing here together, it's learning. Learning more about some of our favorite Australians, learning more about the upcoming talent of North America, and learning more about hippos too.
Hippos and where they come from.
The hip-hop-opotamus. Oh, wait, flank. Big flank from
big
DAPS.
flank. Oof, huge flank.
Come on.
This is the flank to end all flanks. If this is played properly. Oh, God!
That's
probably creaming himself.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to walk up on it. He still has a chance to flank. It's going to look like a stairs flank now. And they're watching the flank.
They're ready. JKS comes in for the headshot.
Oh, that's a shame. That's such a shame.
And there was a round where DAPS was in the position of JKS. They were switched over, and DAPS got the best of him. So revenge served up, just like Automatic and Psalm on a silver platter. 100 Thieves taking a 9th round, 5-point lead here on the T side of Overpass. They are running rampant. They are running wild through the outback. Somebody tell them they're supposed to give Gen.G a chance.
Is that train score backwards? Oh, sorry, that's picked in winner. Gotcha. Right. 100 Thieves won the first map. Look like they can go ahead. True Detective Season 1 is just such a good season of television. Everybody should watch.
Oh. Later, Psalm tries to go for the ambitious peak. We have seen the op being thrown out into short B, so why not try again at Monster? You know, I think that the analyst touched on it, where it's like, this is going to boil down to the depth of the playbook. If plan A doesn't work, what's step 2? What's section 3? And well, maybe moving around that AWP could be what they need to get some more rounds on the board. Scout rattling rounds into the B-bomb site. Automatic hitting his targets as well, but just not toppling them. So Gratisfaction and Azar are softened, but they still stand tall. And Gen.G, they're going to have to contemplate the save here. They bottomed out the money to try and come into the 14th with some sort of power. But listen, DAPS knows that even though he's flanked again, he's not going to get this round away from them. So goes for the damage. Wait. Chill.
Reel the commentary back, okay? Now, put it in the T's perspective.
Oh my God. Is this too little too late? Isn't that just insult to injury? At this point, 100 Thieves, they're winning rounds. They're giving up the post plant, and yet still the bomb pops off. So double digits most certainly achieved here for the Thieves. They've got one more round on their T side, and what a phenomenal T side it has been.
My God. And it's been pretty simple, and it doesn't feel like they need much preparation, basically, based on how they're playing. I'm so even more curious now about their CT side and what that looks like, what some of their setups will be. Again, it's going to be a very fresh take on the whole map. It's not going to be stuff that's worked for a long time. It's going to be stuff they feel like is current, hot, modern, fresh, and exciting. Another stayers kill potentially here as Liaz walks up into it. Yeah, no chance to trade. Poor Bentet. He's been all alone, except when he's fought versus the Bathrooms player. Even then, you know, he's had remote flashes thrown from a distance, care from safety, but he's had to fight for himself.
This is Gen.G just scrambling in some of these rounds. You know, once again, we saw a round nearly identical to this where Liaz just chews through the A site, charges into the bomb, and puts in work. JKS finds timing. DAPS, poor guy. A 1v5 for Kusta, and he doesn't get a chance. That last round, kind of an analogy for what happened the entire of the half. So come back after this break, and we'll see if 100 Thieves can close. Back in action with 100 Thieves on a hell of a lead. 11-4 on the T side of Overpass, a map that we had a lot of questions about, and I still do, but we've gotten some answers. And that question, of course, is can they even play this map? The Aussies most certainly can. Hell of a T side, hell of a one-sided affair, and possibly a one-sided series. Unless Gen.G can put up a fight here now that they're on the offense.
We've gotten 100% of 50% of the answers. Now that we're on to the second half, we can see what 100 Thieves CT side looks like and what the setups are. They talked about starting with this pistol. Well, first man out to long. There was some damage exchange. I'm not even sure how that was possible.
Who's shooting who?
Yeah. Rootin' tootin' gratisfaction, though. Up to the bat. Oh.
Yeah, not long for this world. Sorry, buddy. Nature of the beast. 4 T's ready for his peak. Tom gonna just charge downwards, and Liaz puts him down for a nap. Kusta taps back with 2, 3, and possibly the 4th here. He sees JKS, he wants it. That bomb's actually doubled away from the site, so this is quite the turn of affairs. If JKS can get this kill on the bomb site, ooh, he's not going to. Kusta, 4 frags for him. Awesome second pistol coming out of Gen.G, hinging on Kusta's individual prowess.
Oh, cute little Kusta. That was delicious.
Look at this one.
Man, soul ripped from body 4 times in a row.
Possibly going in for the big push on the B site, but a little smoke grenade makes them think otherwise. What's on this bomb site? What are we walking into? How many are there? Where are they? questions you have to very rapidly ask yourself if you decide to sprint into the B site, but looks like they're going to hold the line for now. There's a lot hinging on this kill from JKS. He could have swung open the door and gotten tons of info or shut down a couple players, but because the smoke inside of Connector was fading, he was about to die to automatic. So yeah, he runs out that door and dies alone, but it was either do something then or try and take the chance to walk back up towards party where he could have already gotten killed.
Yeah,
so he
good
tries.
point. Makes
and
the
he
best
dies.
of a bad situation.
Dap's going to come out from
Dap's
long,
dead.
take
Wait,
2 scout shots from Gratisfaction.
what does this mean? They've got a B stack going on, and now they're a little bit more scared to take A. They can't even juggle the rotations back. Maybe going towards A is the best response. The bomb will be a little bit late. And when this starts to come in, Gratisfaction, can he get some more tags? He's been spotted, and yeah, he's been spammed.
And he's still fighting for his life, but Som's had enough of that.
Crazy how much rests on his position and his scout shots. If he gets more damage in, they rotate. If he doesn't, they don't. If he can delay, they rotate. If he doesn't, they don't. 100 Thieves will happily take this into the next round and try again. And Gen.G, relatively clean, only sacrificing their 1 scout in Daps with the Mac 10 to run up long. And although he dies, it's no big problem. It's, I think, very smart of them to have gone back to face these scouts again.
I
Which I think a lot of
absolutely
teams
agree.
They could be, they could get scared and just assume, well, gun here, that's bad. Let's go to the other site and run into more guns. Did you know that Matthew McConaughey has said, all right, all right, all right, over 200 times in his films?
Oh. Wow.
There's an Elliot stat. Yeah.
Yeah, how you like that, Elliot? You might know a bunch about hippopotamuses. Hippopotami.
Hippopotami. Would that be the plural?
I don't know. Elliot's the expert.
Oh, hippopotamus.
It's hippopotamus. Idiot.
Oh, that sounds, yeah.
Here we go, big push. Listen, it's just the pistols, so we shouldn't be talking about much. Kusta could be fully blind, jumps into 3 CTs. He becomes one of them. You must know your enemy to defeat them. Azur, inside short, able to man the CZ. Not bad. Versus Daps, he could bring it back. Imagine if he uses that second magazine to pick up an AK and we have a 1v1 on our hands. Wild antics. Kusta trying to stomp them out. Ben
Dude, that's
though.
good. This is,
He's the one that
yeah,
picks
this
up
is,
pieces.
that's space creation, right? Like, that's commitment. He was blind. He was jumping straight into the lion's den, but he was going to do it. He was going to at least draw their attention. Hey, look at me. My teammates will trade me no matter what happens.
This is the big gun round though, so we got to get a little more serious for this one. Nicely done.
Great.
Oh, and another.
That's good damage, though. That's fine. He's done more than enough.
Hot damn. I don't even know if JKS saw anybody, but he nearly gets 2 kills.
Did he see feet? Is that a thing? Because, like, on the left side there, the second spam, I wondered.
The second spam, I feel like, is just a lineup through the door.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. And Kusta.
Whoa. Kusta, yeah,
he's
he's
on
called
a
out
lurking
monster.
mission, yeah. Oh, that's 1 kill. Oh, he's got to take that. Take it where he can find it. Kusta gets dinked. Couple teammates are dinked. There's some pressure on A. A nade trade. Wise move from 100 Thieves.
The artillery strike into the depths of the B site. Good flashbang coming out of connector. So this is actually going to keep the majority of 100 Thieves over on B. And we will have to watch Gratisfaction yet again solo on the A site. He was caught out on long once upon a time. He's calling for the rotate to come upwards. Could nail the wall bang. Oh, so close. But the big peek from Azur, that's going to be the one that drops the bomb carrier. It's not enough to prevent the plant, so Gen.G still in the post, but Lias looking crisp. Ventet tries to flick upwards, and Gratisfaction's going to best him on the op. 12-7, a 5-round lead here for 100 Thieves, and more importantly than that, the economy for Gen.G hinges. They're going to come in with a buy, but that bottoms out the banks.
It's really nice from JKS to get that first kill, then get a bunch of damage off. And yeah, Kusta comes out with a really cool lurk, but he gets the 1 kill, he dies. The options aren't wide open. And then Gen.G, since they don't cut noise running over towards A, Azur can hear them making that hasty rotation and decides to get back into position really quickly. It affects the timings a little bit. It may or may not have had an impact, but it's information gained that 100 Thieves use to ultimately win the round.
Deep grenade misses the mark. Very spread out and patient default being thrown here by Gen.G. So maybe just trying to catch 100 Thieves, taking too much of an initiative. We'll see. I feel like we started off on train with this type of a tempo for Gen.G's T side. You know, they were very thorough in spreading out, getting all the map control they could, and then making a decision accordingly.
Yeah, agreed. Accordionly. Yeah, we'll see if they get played like an instrument. Maybe a fiddle.
It's a tough job entering with the Galil.
Look at this angle that Jacob's working with. Jesus, yeah. That's one way. Wow, they got this interesting passive setup on inside of B. Like, no one's just standing up in the back of the pit. Off a headshot
Jacob
position.
Peaks. And that's the one that costs him. Automatic op connects, hits the mark, but Liaz, he has been lights out on Overpass. 17 and 12 as JKS comes in to cut them down. Automatic 1 versus 4. That's a 6 first shot, but the USP of Azur is going to be too much to handle. 13 to 7. 100 Thieves pulling ahead in the second half. It's looking as good on the defense as it did on the T side, showing no cracks in the armor.
I really love that setup. I want to know more about it. The one where they're kind of passive in the back of the site, but it's like Jacob has this depressed angled in pit. Is he going to be using that from like here on out? Is that something he uses once in a while? What are their other setups over towards B? I just want to know more. Wow. Okay. That's great damage.
Ouch. He gets 4.
Got 4. He probably couldn't have done that better. Holy smokes.
Awesome. I mean, once he got the 2, you know, I saw the possibility of a 3rd, but very good composure to keep them all at bay. This is 100 Thieves just putting up a masterclass performance on Overpass. We came to Overpass to learn, and I have more knowledge now.
I can
tell you with certainty that 100 Thieves, they know their way around Overpass nowadays. Ooh, another bounce smoke. You got to be careful with the way the Molotov spreads on that ramp, especially since the grass acts as a natural ramp. So sometimes your grenades just get skyrocketed. You saw it happen there. And then, of course, the resulting pick. Daps down for the count.
Oh, Benta doesn't actually know for sure there's somebody here at Tree. You should probably peek at this point. His attention's being drawn. Yeah, Azur takes control of it. 3 up here. Automatic finds a trade, and they're going to try to beat the long rotate over. Smoke comes down. Molly on the site. Oh, it's a weird interaction. Can't tell who's the advantage. But Automatic holding them at bay. Yeah, nicely done.
Getting pinched on from Kusta as well. So here we go. Gen.G cracking through. It was awkward with that utility. You saw the smoke grenade just kind of get caught on the cement block as the Molotov also made a gap. It was also weird, but in the end, Gen.G come out on top. Now there's a huge flank coming in from Jacob, and Som, he's not hiding his position at all here. He's actually just shooting tons. So, he's not supposed to be alive. He should have been dead.
That's an AK. That's unfortunate. Bring back Buff the Creek, man. What the hell was that? You can really get gypped at that length, robbed at that length. That's just too far for the AK. The accuracy falls off to like less than 70% for that first bullet. I'm not gonna blame Jacob on that one.
No, I think he's been playing pretty well.
Nice shot from Som though.
Awesome shot from Som.
Yeah, that full 180. That was pretty wicked.
I thought for sure, you know, he was just kind of like, you know, sometimes you get into those like huge advantage moments where he's already written off CTs, so he's spamming shots, he's throwing guns around. I mean, had he died there to Jacob, had Jacob actually landed the shot, then we can sort of see how foolish it would have been for Som to be causing that ruckus. But yeah, flick of the wrist, 180 sniper shot, beautiful stuff. Good job by Som to keep it going on. but this is still a tantalizing situation for the 100 Thieves. 14-8, 6-round buffer. They are not on any sort of a save despite losing the last round. They bottom out all of their money. They've got some limitations in utility, but at least Gratisfaction's still on the op. The big problem is they lose the opening duel. A little bit of aggression from JKS is punished towards the playground. And with Bomb still sitting back by spawn, I don't think this one's being rushed.
They're a bit weak to the lurk now because of the threat of Bentet having gone farther. But I think they need to do a bit more than sit back to try to get a kill. Maybe this goose can make a difference. Oh, that's a free frag. There's another player there. They won't know exactly where. Leah is low on the B site. They've got to get the bomb as well. Actually giving 100 Thieves a lot of space to get back on their feet.
Oh, that's beautiful. Liaz times it to a T. Jacob lines him up and sends him packing. He just knocks it out of the park here. And not just those 2 kills, but also the fact that the 15th round comes off of it. Jacob has been coming in big with the crucial moments in the rounds that matter most, whether that be in order to get the 16-14 victory on Train in the first map, or whether he does it now to try and keep Gen.G from mounting a comeback. This T side has some gusto, but I don't know. 2 versus 4 into the B site. Bentet's gonna get cut down after Som gets the first kill. Azza's got them both dead to rights. Between him and Jacob, it's the full house. And there's 7 map and match points for the Aussies to work with.
Yeah, tough. They didn't have enough direction once the beginning of the round worked out in their favor as to how to continue on with it. And then when 100 Thieves brought themselves back with that boost and got the short kill, things really got sketchy for Gen.G. And as you pointed out, I mean, that flash, right? That's like one of those moments where everyone's got a plan until they get hit. And there wasn't an easy way to recover from that. And oh my God, another spray down through the smoke, but it's only the 1 kill. Molly from Liaz, though. Oh, sorry, Azur.
Oh, 1 tap. Nice. Kusta back in with another kill, but Azza can't maintain that spray. We've got a health advantage for the 2 members of 100 Thieves. Straight up 2v2. JKS gonna be smoked off. Gratisfaction's off in the heavens above. Now the Molotov confirms Som's position, but oh my God, it's done. 100 Thieves don't even give them a chance to work in the 2 versus 2. They're killing them through smoke. They're denying bomb plants, and they are giving us a master class on Overpass. We had kind of tempered expectations coming into this second map. Not quite sure what to expect with no certainties for either of these teams, but it seems like I'm a Pet and the Aussies put in work, and they have themselves an interesting map pool now. Curious moving forward as to what they can do, just how well will they perform in this group. But that's 100 Thieves with a win, just like Cloud9 yesterday. Wanders, it's all wrapped up.
Yeah, indeed. And yeah, we still have questions about 100 Thieves and Overpass because they picked it specifically to win the game in the veto versus Gen.G. But at least we now know that they look somewhat consistent. They've added it and opened up their map pool already. It's great signs for I'm a Pet, who's on the roster now, and curious to see what the rest of their group looks like now that they can keep that threat.
Done. 2-0. Who would have thought that one? 100 Thieves, a team who played almost no Counter-Strike online in the last, year and a half or so. You know, coming back into this world was really weird for them. They were one of those rosters that just didn't have online Counter-Strike in their veins anymore. And yet, they start off DreamHack Masters Spring 2020 with a bang. Dropping Gen.G, a team that's looking promising and looking for some upsets in this new online realm. Will they be able to do it? Not today, but make sure you guys come back for more Counter-Strike action tomorrow. And of course, listen to the analysts after this break. They are the experts after all.
The Thieves steal away the victory from Gen.G. They surprised us with the Overpass pick, and oh boy did they deliver with a 16-8 scoreline. And it was a big team effort coming out of them this time around. No heroic performances from one player needed. For Gen.G, we knew they didn't play it. They didn't have too much to offer on it. They tried their best, but only managing to secure 8 rounds and starting with a loss here in the group. Guys, what an impressive performance from 100 Thieves there.
Yeah, that was looking super solid all the way through an Overpass. I think they can be happy with the display they got on today. I think it was a great, answer to all of us who were questioning where are the Thieves right now? Where are they after changing their coach? And is it a team that we can count on to be part of that, top NA circuit we have going right now? I think after today, at least I got some more confidence that the Thieves are on their way back into the shape that we saw in 2019 that made them one of the best teams in the world.
And it's always good to see JKS just popping off in that server. And I'm glad to have seen a proactive CT side as well. It wasn't just the T side from 100 Thieves that showed us that they were well prepared. I mean, Jacob, he was consistently asking for boosts towards that B, pushing short A, pushing out Monster with those pop flashes. So it was quite a nice showing coming out of 100 Thieves.
And for this is a promising sign, like you mentioned there, Jacob, that the fact that they had such a good 2019, we were seeing them achieve success even at the majors, for example, doing what no other team from their region had been able to achieve. And now they start to look good again in a situation where we thought they might be taking a downward spiral. So this is a much needed win for them and a confidence boost, especially getting it done with a new coach and improving their map pool. I think this shows us a lot of what they might be able to offer throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, I hope you're right. And as well, we had the same discussion with Fnatic right now. When you look towards the European team, when you look towards the landscape of Counter-Strike as of right now, the #1 spot in the world is up for grabs. Same it is in North America. Who is the best North American Counter-Strike team right now? I don't think you can put a finger and say, it's Furia, it's Gen.G, it's Liquid for that matter. Nobody's really playing up to that level right now. So if you're 100 Thieves, if you're Furia for that matter, if you're anyone, you're smelling that opportunity, right? So you want to be the best North American squad. So if they can keep up this level, there's definitely a chance that we'll be talking a lot more about them in the future.
Well, it's interview time, and this time we're going to be starting with Gen.G. We've got Elmer Puddy, the coach, in here to talk to us about this one. And I guess the first thing I want to ask you here is, how much did that Overpass pick just come out and swing you guys a curveball? Was it a complete surprise?
We expected them to pick it, to be honest. We know they've been practicing it. We've even been practicing it a little bit, so we knew it was a possibility. I think we'd actually done a better job of hiding our practice than them, how much we've been scrimming on it. So we weren't really that surprised when they picked it, to be honest. It was just obviously hard to prepare for, as they haven't played it before, so we had to go in a little bit blind. But as I said, it didn't really surprise us that much, to be honest.
After the train match, we sat back with a feeling that you guys probably should have won that one. What went wrong for you guys since you couldn't close it out?
I think the biggest thing was those last couple of rounds. We lost a 5v2 on that A side, and then the 2v1 we actually screwed up as well with, I think it was JKS winning that one out, going towards the inner bomb site, playing the bomb. And then we also lost 2 pistols. Like, I 100% agree with you. I think I said after the guys afterwards, like, heads up, we should have won that 100%. We lost both the pistols. We lost a couple of rounds we definitely shouldn't have lost that were big impact rounds. And I think it was just as simple as that. You said it all. We should have won it. And it was just a couple of big rounds at the end that really lost it for us.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Looking away from this matchup, I think you guys have been improving a lot lately. How's the general mood within the team? Are you guys, confident that you could be a top North American squad for the future?
Yeah, I think we're definitely confident. We obviously showed it at the Road to Rio. We came out in first place, and that we were very happy with that result. And in practice and who we've been playing against, we're very confident going into it. I think you said just before, the whole NA scene is wide open right now. No one seems to be able to find any kind of consistency, and I think we have found some consistency. The mood in the team is pretty good as well. We have pretty good hype guys. We've got Som and Ben Ted who are very good at keeping the mood up nice and high. So I definitely think we can get there, and we expect to continue being competitive at the top.
Have there been any steps that you guys have took as a squad to enable Automatic? Because as you mentioned, that Road to Rio, you guys had a lot of success there, and Automatic, he was popping off throughout that entire week. What was it that kind of livened him up throughout Road to Rio?
I think Automatic he's very good at knowing what he wants to do and coming with ideas to practice. So he kind of sets himself up, but he does it at the time as well. He has very good communication, obviously, with his experience, but he also brings stuff to practice. And just during server time, he say, guys, this is something I really want to do. This is how I want you guys to set up around me, how you want me to play. So he's very good at that actually himself without needing a whole lot of support from either me or Daps to do that. We obviously bring ideas for him, watch demos with him and stuff like that, but he's actually very good at setting that stuff up himself and letting his teammates know exactly how he wants them to play around him.
And one last question from me here is on Bentet. Obviously, we know he can talk good English. Communication is definitely not going to be a problem. But how different and how hard has it been for him to kind of settle in and learn a different style of CS, having to be played in kind of a much lesser team for quite some time?
Yeah, I think he's doing a very good job of learning. One of the things I love about him is he's very open. He's very good at taking constructive criticism and applying it to his game. If you say something to him, you'll see the improvement straight away. So it's been really good from that regard. There's obviously still a little bit of work to be done. We had some problems with when to peak and stuff like that, or when to maybe not peak, something that obviously is maybe a bit of a difference in the Asian scene, stuff like that. But he's getting better. As I said, he takes the constructive criticism on board really well. So we've been really happy with how he's improving. And it's still a work in progress, but I think the improvement is definitely there from when we first picked him up back in January.
And with the idea of having him on the team, is it the kind of goal to have him in like the star position? Because we've seen what he's been capable of. And obviously as he gets developed further, are you looking for him to be the key player on the lineup?
I expect him to definitely be one of the key players. He plays a lot of impactful roles. I wouldn't say we set him up any more than some of the other players in this team. Obviously, we already talked about Automatic with his AWP. We always want to set up your AWPer in different ways. And then we have Som, who's obviously a young talent. He plays a little bit more of the more difficult roles sometimes. But I think we definitely do want Bentet. He's kind of like the X factor, right? We really want to try and build him up, get him to that next level. And he can really pull us through some of these games when he's really playing at the top of his game, because he's unstoppable once he gets right on top and he's playing his A game.
Oh yeah, we've seen it many times. Well, Elmer Putty, thank you very much for your time, man. We're looking forward to seeing what you guys can do across the rest of the group, and good luck in those matches.
Great, thanks guys.
That's some really good insight there into what's going on with this Gen.G camp, right? They're on that upward trajectory. Yes, this is a loss that they wouldn't have wanted to take there, but very interesting that they knew that this was being practiced, so they had the option to prepare for it, but obviously you can't prepare what you've never seen before.
No, what a calm or collected dude, as well.
Yeah.
Giving some super good answers in this interview. I really like that. When he's saying that they were better at hiding the practice on Overpass, we kind of saw that it doesn't really matter, especially not at this level, right? I think the Thieves come in well prepared to this one, and I think Gen.G, as he said, we've been practicing it a little bit, but it hasn't been their main focus, and that was clear to see when they played out on Overpass. So overall, had they won Train, we would have been watching a third map now, and I think this series deserved that as well. It was a very close game on Train. Overpass one-sided surely, but Train could have gone both ways, and we could potentially saw a third map here.
I was very interested in what he was saying about Bentet there, but before we get into that, the phone's ringing once again, and now we're going to get our winners on. This is it, 100 Thieves chat. It sounds weird to say it, man. First of all, your first game for him, you get a win in, mate. And also you get that overpass in. Now, we were just speaking to Elmer Putty. He said that he was aware you guys were practicing it, but obviously couldn't see what you guys were doing. This obviously went very well for you guys. And how much time did you put into it? Because obviously you just got announced today, but I'm guessing you were involved a little bit beforehand.
Yeah, so I guess after the last road to Rio, I started practicing with them, and one of our things was to get Overpass in the map pool, because in my opinion, it's easy in NA to get good on Overpass and then win the vetoes that way, because there's EG banning it, there's Gen.G banning it, so right off the bat we have an advantage over them, so we can play around the veto more and they can't abuse us that well. So that was pretty much our main focus and why we kind of started practicing Overpass.
I love it.
So how well did it go for you guys in the practice? It looked fairly easy for you guys to beat Gen.G, but it was also a lot of basic Counter-Strike. I felt, a lot of stop and go and a lot of fast-paced rounds. Did you guys do well in practice, or is this the real level of the Thieves?
Yeah, we did pretty decent in practice on it. I wouldn't say everything was like one-sided or anything, but we definitely developed a lot, and we spent like at least hours watching demos together on like Discord and stuff, just trying to make sure things are well rehearsed and we get new ideas from like other teams like Furia or anyone really. So we had a lot of time put into the map.
What would you say is the biggest difference between coaching a team like 100 Thieves versus a team like EG? Because you were with those EG guys for many, many years. Has there been any shocking adjustments or big adjustments that you've had to do for yourself to kind of accommodate to this new atmosphere?
I didn't really have to change much, honestly. I think their culture kind of fits what I like, and it's kind of more calm and more tame. I think in EG we kind of were too much trolling, I think, and that kind of hurt us. We weren't as like disciplined, and I think these guys are already like in a disciplined state, so it's just on me to maintain it, and I think that's going to be pretty easy.
What's the goal for you and the Thieves now? Because obviously, as we talked about with Elmer Party, there's no clear number one in North America right now. Do you think that you guys can, within a reasonable time, claim that spot, or what are we looking at for the Thieves?
I kind of outlined stuff with the team and like one-on-ones and just like with the team overall. Kind of just saying that we're gonna treat DreamHack and Blast kind of as experiments and see what we are gonna do like wrong and just get it out of the way now. And then for the Summit regional rankings thing, we're gonna try to go all in on it. So right now we're kind of just experimenting, seeing what we can do, like Overpass for example, and then who knows what happens. Maybe we'll have like full 7 map pool.
Now, you said in the interview that you did, right, when this announcement came out about that 100 Thieves weren't really doing much demo reviews coming in. How much did that shock you going into this, and how much did they see the benefit of starting to do it with you?
It was pretty shocking because they've gotten that far. So I was just like, that's crazy that they've gotten that far without even looking at their mistakes. So I think their ceiling is a lot higher now that we're gonna go like today, like tomorrow morning, we're gonna go over the match again and fix our stuff. And you know, train wasn't perfect. We've messed up Anticos. So I think just stuff like that, everyone's pretty comfortable doing it. No one's like saying they don't want to do it. So everyone seems pretty motivated to just work.
And for you, right, you've come from EG, you come onto 100 Thieves now, and we've seen your tweets and what information you put out there about you leaving EG. How is this feeling going into 100 Thieves? Do you find an extra bit of motivation that you want to make a point and maybe make a statement taking down EG?
I mean, I feel pretty motivated, and as long as we're all working hard, that won't change anything. But I don't really care about the EG match yet. I'd rather do it on LAN, to be honest.
Okay.
And shake their hands, you know, get a nice firm grip. But we'll see. The online doesn't matter right now. We'll just keep doing what we're doing, and then hopefully LAN comes around sooner than later.
Well, Chet, I love it, mate. And you've obviously done some good work starting off here. We're looking forward to seeing what can be done throughout the rest of it. I'll let you get on and enjoy the rest of your day, mate.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Cheers. Ooh, very interesting there. A lot to take in from Chet. And it's a point now where you just think about that. I'm still going to keep going back to it. You weren't doing demo review. You're now going to do demo review. Like, that must add like an extra, what, 10, 15% to what you can achieve?
You would hope so, right? It's all about just being as efficient as you can. But I think to Jacob's point a little bit earlier, every player is different. You got to approach it all very differently. And when you're working with a group of very talented individuals, you got to figure out how to activate these individuals and how to enable them. And sometimes overloading them with information with what you did right or wrong, it can be a hindering factor sometimes. So I can absolutely see it from that angle. But once again, being able to go over your mistakes and talk about it as a unit and all be on the same page, it will absolutely just elevate these 100 Thieves guys moving forward.
And I certainly love the fact that you mentioned that he was doing some one-on-ones with them as well. I think that's very beneficial. And I look forward to seeing what these guys can deliver. But what we got to look back at is what happened today, because this was the only 2-0 we had today for the NA side of things. We kicked off things with FaZe going up against Spirit. And, well, that was just madness because it was very unlucky for Spirit. FaZe got gifted an opportunity, went to overtimes, went to 3 maps, and Spirit never gave up. They had the Spirit.
Yeah, they did definitely have the Spirit. The man on the screen right there, Murray, he was having a great game up until the point where the internet or the technical stuff of it told him that he was no longer going to be able to play. FaZe Clan, I think they're looking better and better. I think BMS again today they had a great showing, but it's still not FaZe Clan at 100% right. We gotta say that this one right here, that spray transfer, that is absolutely stunning.
Man.
I think he put it out on his private Twitter as well, where you can see, you know,
brilliant.
The point of view of what he did and then the communication coming into it. Super calm while he's just spraying down 3 people. So FaZe Clan, I think they can be relatively happy with a victory. And of course for Spirit, they are continuing their great form. And let's be honest, had they had Mur in that Dust 2 game, not crashing in 1 vs 2, or potentially even with them on Nuke, it could have gone the different way.
Yeah, it really could have. And then we went on to Fnatic taking on Godsent, which could have been a 2-0 to Godsent had Flusher not pulled off those hero plays through the smoke once again.
Yeah, man, and that was so ridiculous, just waiting for the sound cues and just spamming with the UMP of all things. And I think Launders even pointed out in that round he had over 5K, so he definitely could have purchased a rifle. But the man goes for a UMP and just mows Godsent down to save Fnatic. Yeah, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. Just the outplaying maneuver, picking up the op and just feeding him. Just so good. So good for the Fnatic guys. But you're right. I mean, the Godsent boys, they could have 2-0'd them in this series.
Yeah. I think Flusher is Valve's wet dream, right? About making every game viable because, like, they're just like, oh, yeah, I've got money, you know what? I just buy a UMP and I'll still make it work. He'll make people think that this is viable and definitely what you should be doing. Maybe not. You've got to be very special. You've got to be very unique like this man. That's for sure. But we've had another great day of Counter-Strike action come our way, and we've still got a whole nother day coming up tomorrow. But we should look at our Corsair play of the day next. And this was from the Spirit game. Magic on Dust 2, taking down FaZe Clan, and he did this in style.
Oh man, this is the ace where Young actually pulls out and just goes in front and enables him to actually get this 5th kill. And in the interview when we spoke for him, he actually said, I would do that for any one of my teammates. It was probably one of the best answers ever. So once again, this Spirit group, this Magic's youngster, 16 years old, just an impressive showing today.
And you know what I really like about that, what you're saying he said, is the fact that, yeah, okay, it's an ace and everyone wants to be like, oh, yeah, we get an ace in there. But it's a confidence boost for a young gun as well, like that, to be able to get that behind them. It's like, oh, I got the ace. It was really sick. It's an important round. But also, my team had the confidence to enable me to do it. That's some momentum building hype right there. I love it. Now, tomorrow... Oh, sorry, Pimp. Go on. Go.
No, it's just a morale booster, right? It gives everyone on the team confidence, and just the fact that you're having that synergy where you're allowing yourself to have a little fun with it as well in the middle of a game against FaZe Clan is just great to see. And I think Spirit is a team that slowly but surely, not only on me, but probably on a lot of Counter-Strike fans out there, is growing on us, right? They're getting better and better every time we see them, and they play some pretty solid Counter-Strike. And again, as I said before, had they not been unlucky with the technical difficulties they had today, they potentially could have taken down both FaZe Clan and Fnatic to open up this group.
And we've got a crazy day of tier 1 action coming our way tomorrow. We're starting with Na'Vi taking on Vitality, which is, that's going to be a banger, right? Because Na'Vi, they've not been enjoying online that much, but they definitely have had some results that you couldn't sit and say, okay, look, they can get up to their old tricks again. Then we got Fnatic taking on FaZe Clan. And that again, right? Fnatic, we weren't sure what we we're going to get from. They showed up today, but can they do it against FaZe in their current form? And then we end with EG taking on Gen.G. So Gen.G get a chance to show us a little bit more of what they've got, hopefully. But guys, I know we're always ready for this. It's the plug-in of the sponsors. They're the reasons we get to do this. They're the reasons we get all this amazing Counter-Strike action every single day. And we're just on a roller coaster of fantastic Counter-Strike action thanks to Corsair, Intel, Monster Energy, DTS, AT&T, and Betway. Without all of these guys, none of it would be possible. But we're going to say goodbye, guys. It's time for us to end the show. It's time for us to keep on moving. Thank you very much for kicking it with us. Come back tomorrow. Plenty more Counter-Strike action. All of our beautiful faces coming back, especially Pimp. Because look, you got to give him some love. Look at that t-shirt he's got there. We'll see you guys tomorrow.